Let us commence. You guys had headed back to Shinuk's apartment. Last time you guys had met up with Shinuk, talked to Stahl Tipton, as well as Rita Beta about a new up-and-comer called Diamond, who started rising up in the ranks very quickly shortly after Shinuk's arrest, whether it's a coincidence or not. But also, Shinuk's house was completely ransacked. Even his most secret of hidey holes was discovered, and quickly everything out of his house that was of value was stolen away. They made a lot of noise, but at the same time covered their tracks very well, leaving no trace other than a reclaimed video that the system was able to find of the three thugs in full blacked out clothing, their faces covered. One of them holding a familiar sword to one that Shinuk has seen before. You guys had learned that Diamond has raised up in the underworld here on Bon Fortuna, high enough that he was invited and now lives in a penthouse within the Ebony Towers. The Ebony Towers stretch high into the proverbial sky underneath the rocky surface of the meteorite that Bon Fortuna calls home. 11 tall towers, the highest marking at about 500 floors, the smallest ending at about 250 floors. You all have returned to the mess of a house that Shinuk calls home to work on your plan after going shopping, getting a few disguises for a couple of you, as well as loading up on some weapons and ammo from a not entirely credible store, but one that sells stuff that works well enough. So, you all find yourselves in Shinuk's apartment and are free to plan, and we will go from there.
I think we got all our supplies, right? Do we need anything else?
So a recap, because a couple of you had to go off early. You guys had gotten a small loan in exchange for some drugs, kind of a favor type of thing from Stahl Tipton, 2,000 credits. That was used to buy most of the stuff at the shop you went to. Most of you wanted ammo, as well as Shinuk wanted a disguise. He got a mechanic's outfit. But for TRON, you have 2 more battery packs for your laser pistols, so you have 4 battery packs in total. Each one of them has 20 shots in them.
Okie dokie.
And then I think it was Bynes who also... No, Bynes was there. I don't know who else, but you guys have gotten all geared up. And shortly after arriving here, you all hear a knock at the door. Critters, you are here, right? Yes. So, Critters, after going on your own kind of expedition here on Bon Fortuna, finding your own apartment, you have returned to meet up with everybody. As soon as I can get your token on the board. Alright, there you go. So you found your way to Shinuk's apartment. You find that the door is partially off its hinges. Looks like it was broken down. The place looks like it's in shambles from the outside. Cameras on the outside are destroyed. But you hear a commotion inside as you arrive at Shinuk's apartment. You know that everyone was heading here, so you can assume that the commotion is from your allies. So if you wanted to grab your token and tell us what you're doing, are you just knocking on the door or what?
Sure. Where exactly is the door?
You're right in front of it already.
Oh, okay.
So you all hear this knock at the door.
What's that? Are we expecting someone?
I'll go to open the door.
It creaks.
I open up the door.
Yeah, you see Critters standing outside.
Shinuk, it looks like you have a rooted problem.
I let him in.
Okay, so the whole crew is here. So what's the plan, guys?
We don't have any map or layout of the towers of some sort to it. Can we hack into something to give us a layout of the floor plans?
So you can attempt to hack into the city servers if you would like. I mean, if you have the computer skills, that's perfectly plausible. If you wanted to get it another way, I mean, you know an information broker who could probably get you that information. That's completely up to you on how you guys want to attempt to do that.
So I look to ZUGA and I say, "Hey, kid, do you have the skills to tap into the Ebony Towers, trying to get the floor layout, or anybody else in the group that does?"
I've never technically done exactly that, but Professor taught me lots about electronics and computers and some firewall hacking. We don't talk about that part though. It's very illegal.
Well, my console's hooked in a special way, so why don't you give it a try, see what you can find.
NODARO has pretty high computer in case she doesn't get it.
Yeah, I think anybody can just pitch in. Maybe combined together, you get advantage.
Yeah, so if one person wants to make the roll with the aid of someone else, then they can roll it twice and take the higher roll.
What's yours?
Mine is an 8.
I have a 9.
My shit's a -1, so not me.
It's decided. TRON will be making the computers roll.
Yes. So I'll go over to
This is the working
Nord.
computer panel.
Yeah, I'll go over to Nord. Norda, did you say anything that you could help or?
I can help.
Okay.
Since we're both high in computers, if we can combine our knowledge together,
Okay.
maybe actually get that advantage. Maybe.
Okay. So I walk
Do I
over
need
to
to
the
roll?
computer.
No,
Which is
so what we'll do is ZUGA will roll twice, and we'll take the higher score since she's having your help.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, that's a natural 20 on the first one.
So we'll take that one.
So, as you begin trying to hack into the city's servers, you very quickly get through. It doesn't seem like at least at this moment, it doesn't seem like the firewall's that strong. It seems almost too easy that you're getting through. But you try not to think about that as you begin to push through. You're making your way through different coding and firewalls as they begin to pop up easily, just going to the wayside for you and Nodara's skill put together. Before you finally come to complete blueprints of the Ebony Towers, that entire sector of the city. It shows sewage entrances. It shows floor by floor layouts, except on any of the towers. There's 4 towers that go above 250 floors. Once you get above the 250th floor, none of the city maps cover those areas in the Ebony Towers. It's
So I plug it into Beep Boop so he can show it to everybody.
Yeah, you guys see Beep Boop's cannon begins pointing in the middle of all of you, which is concerning at first, but then you see a light to begin to emit right from below the cannon as a 3-dimensional hologram of that portion of the city known as the Ebony Towers begins to fill this area of the room. It's very like Tony Stark, Iron Man, like you can like affect the hologram, zoom in, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But on the 4 towers that go above the 250th floor, it's just a blank part of the tower above that section.
There seem to be no records of any of the floor plans or blueprint for the towers. It looked like they were deliberately deleted as far as the code is concerned. It's not complete. It looks like it was deleted.
And you said that there's a person that we can contact for.
Rita Beta is an information broker.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. So we have the setup, right? We already contacted the one guy, and we already have a meeting to set up with him, right? So then I guess we should call Rita on comms to see what additional information she can give us.
Wait, which guy were you talking about meeting up with?
Well, what was it? The first guy, Tipton, he set up the meeting, right?
Between you and who? Diamond?
Yeah.
No, Rita had offered to set up a meeting, but you declined. You said that you would get back to her.
It was Rita, right? So then what we'll do is we can make a call to Rita, set up that meeting, and then get any other additional information.
As for the towers that you do see, of the many of the Ebony Towers, you are not entirely sure which one Diamond is in. That's also information you might want to ask about or dig up on your own. There's many floors to the Ebony Towers. Many of the criminal underworld make that their home, and they are fairly heavily protected. So heavily so that, for the most part, if you can get through into the lobby of one of the towers, it's kind of assumed that you're meant to be there. So you'd probably be okay as long as you could get in.
Okay. So I go walk over to my panel and make a call to Rita.
So as the comm begins to ring through, you hear on the other end, "Hello? Who is this? I don't have this number saved."
Rita, it's me, it's Shinuk.
Ah, it's so nice to hear from you so soon, though. You could have just stopped by. What can I do for you, Shinuk?
I need you to make that setup, make that appointment so we can go meet with Diamond. And if you have any other additional information on the towers, I need the layout, anything that you can give.
Let me stop you there, because a strange thing happened. I don't know if you and your crew has been making noise, but I actually received a letter for you. It's from Diamond. It looks like some kind of fancy schmancy invitation. I didn't open it though, so if you wanted to swing by and pick it up, that'd be great. But I didn't know you twos knew each other, so...
Who is the letter directed to?
It just says Shinuk on the front, and you're the only Shinuk I know.
Interesting. Okay, well, if there's any other information that you can shoot over my way, that way my team can look at the floor plans if you got them. If not, we'll be over soon.
Well, I got the floor plans for pretty much all the towers, but it's kind of hard to get any information on the floors above 250. They were built after the original construction, and they like to keep those floors close to their chests. That's where the real big wigs live. But I can send you whatever maps I have on them, and maybe there's portions that I have that you might not. So, as for Diamond, he lives, let's see. He lives in Karon Tower.
Alright.
I'm not sure what floor he lives on, but that's one of the towers. It has 350 floors, so...
What about a security detail?
Well, all I know is that word on the street is his crew is now above 200 people, so I assume he has pretty decent security, but from what I've heard, ever since he got into the Ebony Towers, he doesn't really find his way outside very much. Has his underlings do pretty much everything for him.
Got it. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll stop by and pick up that envelope.
Alrighty, see you soon, sweetie. And then she hangs up.
Yeah, I'm over here by the this TV type
it's
device.
all smashed up.
Yeah. Looking through
ZUGA.
his little
Okay.
hollow discs or whatever they are. I start reading a few of them.
Yeah, what kind of media discs and stuff do you have in your apartment, Shinuk?
I see. Shirren girls are easy. Make me Lashunta daddy. Android milk party. What are you watching?
Oh, hold on, wait. You said what movie was that again? Android Milk Party?
Are you pocketing that one, TRON?
Yeah. Let me take this with me.
I just look at them in disgust. Well,
No,
I can't
I'm
show
gonna borrow
them
this. I'll bring it back
disgust.
later.
So, are you guys just heading over to Rita's then?
Yeah, we can go straight over there.
Oh, look, you guys are already in the corner booth.
I think he'll come join you guys now. Since I'm still at the bar.
So, for all of you who have not met Rita, you see this small, about 2.5 foot tall woman with a full purple beard and mustache, slicked back purple hair as she begins to approach. Alrighty, here's that letter for you. Now don't go get yourself in any trouble that you can't get yourself out of, Shinuk.
Don't worry, we'll take care of him, because we're a team!
I just try not to directly look at her beard.
I always love to help you guys out, but I only have so much pull, and it doesn't really extend so far as the Ebony Towers, so if you get in trouble there, not sure I could pull you out of the flames.
Did you say pole?
Pull. P-U-L-L.
Okay.
Well, you kids have a nice day. If you need anything else, you know where I'll be.
I look at Chinook.
Did she just say she has a long pole
I didn't hear that.
and a beard?
I mean, she definitely has a beard, but again, what's wrong with beards?
It's just not right.
Right, I have one.
Yeah, but you're like a whole beard.
I know, it's even better. I mean, my beard's obviously better than her beard, but I give her credit for trying.
You're all fur. She doesn't have. She only has a beard.
I just don't understand what's wrong. I think it looks glorious. I wish I could touch it.
So, seems like we got invited directly. What do you guys think? How should we approach?
Sounds like it'll be nice and easy to get in, I guess.
Yeah, get into a trap. I'm not liking this at all.
So you now have the black envelope, Shinuk, and it just had all it has on it on the exterior of the envelope is your name, just imprinted onto the exterior. The other side is closed, and then there's a wax seal on it. Which this is all pretty formal for this time period, when you could send an email as quickly as as you could flush the toilet.
Okay, and so I open the envelope and read the note.
Yeah, as you open the envelope, you pull out a letter, and it says, Shinuk, you are cordially invited to meet with Diamond at his estate on the 348th floor of the Karon Tower. There is a date and time. It is set for tonight at 9 o'clock, so about 3 hours from now.
How many floors total are in that tower?
350.
350. So, I say to the group, what do you guys think we can send half the group? Because maybe his guards don't know what I look like. And send them to the main floor, the 348th floor. And then have someone go up to the 349th floor and find a way down into the room, into his place.
Do we know if they're gonna take our weapons?
I mean, we don't know much of anything right now. We just need to figure out a way to get in and have a backup plan.
I think it's a good idea for half of us to sneak in. That way we all don't go into a trap.
Oh, and the letter is scented. It smells like lavender.
So maybe we send one group one floor above, survey the floor, see if we can get access through a duct or someplace into their establishment and catch them on surprise in case something happens.
Who out of all of us is the sneakiest?
I know myself. I am. I don't know about anybody else.
So just to clarify, we're just going to meet with him to just more get information, or are we going up to try to rob him?
So we have a job to get rid of him, and he's an upcoming guy that may have done something to put me on that Vest ship. I mean, it might be a different side story than what all of you are included with, or it could have something all encompassing together. But right now he's a target for work.
Okay.
Does this diamond have any other enemies?
It's a good question, not that I know of.
You guys don't know too much about Diamond, other than what you've been told, which is he started making a name for himself about a month ago. He has his hands in a lot of different areas of the city's black market trade, whether it's guns, drugs, the slave trade, information. From what you were told by Rita and Tipton, he's made sure to have a little piece of everything in the city.
So, which team are we gonna have to go to the floor above and survey, and which team are we gonna have to go?
NODARO will
floor.
volunteer to go to the floor above.
Okay.
My sneak is so.
I was thinking we could use maybe use Bind since he has wings. He could fly.
Fly where?
I don't think ZUGA's very sneaky.
Well, she
I
rides
like
on a
she-
tank.
Yeah, so I don't think she's very sneaky at all. So I don't think she's a good idea.
I mean, Binds does have that drone, if I'm not mistaken, that's really small
And sneaky.
and sneaky. So I think Binds and NODARO can go
Wait, I'm
upstairs.
sorry. What floor do we have to go to again?
348.
And what's the total height of the thing?
350.
350, yeah.
We could have something like Binds fly up to the roof with his little drone, and then
Could. And he can go and down below. So do we send Binds by himself to infiltrate, or
I mean, depending on what's going on, like I don't know what's on the roof. So if there are systems on the roof that he may be able to, cut power and that kind of stuff, he can sneak up there and do that kind of thing. While we need more information on the building.
yeah?
Well, why don't we just send Binds his drone to just go survey, like what the rooftop is now?
Could do that, and then I would assume power and everything else would be on a main floor or a mechanic floor below.
With the type of clientele that stays within the Ebony Towers, it's probably pretty good to assume that whatever power source keeps the place running and keeps the security system online is probably in a heavily guarded area.
That might be an option rather than going head on to a trap. So maybe we need 3 groups. One group to go a floor above, maybe one person with Binds, another group to infiltrate the power source, and then me with whoever else to approach Diamond head on.
John, what's your intimidation? If you don't mind me asking.
It's pretty high, I would probably say.
I got you. Mine's pretty high as well. I could go with you.
Yeah, I am able to finesse situations, let's just say.
ZUGA's anything but intimidating.
You got that anime cat thing. It's like, oh, look at this.
Yeah, if anything, I disarm them with cuteness.
So that sounds like a good plan. Then Binds maybe can infiltrate up top. Critters can go with him, and then everyone else go down, and then maybe I take Bowser with me, just one person.
Yeah.
Sound good? So ZUGA, Ice Cream, NODARO, and TRON go to the security level where the power source is. Binds and Critters go above floor to infiltrate and do some recon, and then me and Bowser go to the invitation.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So how early do you want to head over there? If you got a taxi, if you walked to the Ebony Towers, it'd probably take you about an hour and a half to 2 hours. If you got a taxi, you could probably get there in 15 to 20 minutes. You would have to get multiple taxis for the amount of people that you have. Each taxi can fit 3 people.
They don't have an XL Uber?
Sadly, no.
I guess we just take multiple rides.
Okay. All right. So you guys begin your trek to the Ebony Towers. As you guys are in these flying taxis heading through the city, you're flying above buildings before you start to see this massive, almost like cube-like structure. And as you get closer, they begin to part more and more as the visibility increases, and you're zooming through just tall building after tall building, stretching clear into the canopy-like roof of the asteroid that you're in. The amount of smog in the air around almost creates like a unnatural cloud cover over the city. The lights of other vehicles below and above you zoom past. So where is everyone stopping? So how many people are actually going to the lobby of the tower? Or are Shinuk and BOWZER going through the lobby and like going up with the invitation? Is Vines flying above, like carrying critters? What's going on?
Yeah, I would think Vines would fly and carry critters in his drone up top, make their way down 2 floors. Everyone else could probably come in through the lobby. Since I'm expected as a guest, I don't need the outfit, but someone could wear the mechanic's outfit and go to an area, wherever the area is that has that power source they need to break into.
I don't think the mechanic outfit would fit ZUGA, correct?
No, it is meant for a 2-armed individual of Shinuk's height, which is 5'7". So it would almost fit you if you had more arms and were a few feet taller.
So maybe Ice Cream or Tron. No, not Tron, because he's got multiple. Yeah, Ice Cream's probably the only person that could fit.
Yeah.
Would be a tight fit.
NODARO could probably wear it.
Oh, okay. NODARO could probably wear it.
BOWZER might be able to like fit his bottom half of it in there and just have like the top coverall part just hanging down, but he would not be able to stretch that over his torso.
It's like reverse Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that could work.
So first we will. So the first 2 groups, ZUGA, Ice Cream Sandwich, NODARO, and TRON, as well as Shinuk and BOWZER, are all heading in through the lobby, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
So as your taxis arrive outside of the Karon Tower, the taxi lands down on the actual street, and while you were flying, the tower seemed large, but now standing at the base of it, you can't even see the top of the tower. It extends above the smog layer. Its lights slowly fade and dissipate above the pseudo clouds that make up the atmosphere here. You see a monorail zoom over you, and the large glass doors to the lobby of the Karon Tower. As you all begin to shuffle in, it goes from grungy city street to a lobby of opulence. Pillars made of marbled stone, chiseled marble flooring, carved designs of the assemblage of the Ebony Syndicate. You see a large lobby desk, and behind it are 2 hallways that lead back to what you see are elevators. There are other doors in the lobby that seem to lead to like a janitor's chamber, as well as one of them leads to a large indoor pool. Behind the lobby desk, there are 4 individuals. All of them seem to be either human or android. It's hard to tell. They're all dressed very similarly in these kind of like butler service uniforms, except very nondescript. They're very angular, and there's not much going on with them other than black and white. It is at this moment that you all feel slightly underdressed. I mean, these are just the attendants, so...
I don't feel fancy enough for this place.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. So I will approach the desk with Bowser, acting like I don't know the quote-unquote engineer crew, and reveal the invitation that I have an appointment.
The man that you're addressing just kind of like turns his nose up at you, like kind of looking you up and down. Takes the invitation, briefly reads it over. Yes, we have been expecting you, Mr. Shinuk. Please head down the hallway to the right and take the second elevator straight to the 348th floor. As you are aware, this is a private facility housing many of the upper echelon of the Ebony Syndicate. So there will be 2 attendants within the elevator to make sure you get to the right floor. Please enjoy your stay. And he kind of just points you towards the hallway to the right.
Okay. I walk that way with Bowser following with me.
Okay. So as you begin making your way to the elevator, you see down the hall what was not visible before, these small alcoves in which heavily armored guards in what seems to be powered armor holding large... one of them's holding like a kinetic rifle, what looks like some sort of tactical semi-auto rifle. The other one is holding a laser rifle. And they just kind of nod as you make your way to the elevator, in which another attendant pushes the button as it opens and slides. And within the elevator are 2 more guards who are just sitting in there, just kind of still, like the Queen's Guard almost, like not allowed to talk to you, but there to just make sure that no trouble is caused.
Okay, we make our way up, and I'm assuming the rest of the group.
Yeah. So as you begin to make your way up, the four that are still in the lobby, ZUGA, I.C.S, NODARO, and TRON. You're standing in the lobby. The attendants at the lobby's desk are just kind of assumed their position again. They're not speaking to you at this moment, as none of you have approached, but they seem to be keeping an eye on you. What are you guys doing?
I guess I'm trying to look around, trying to figure out what direction we need to go to try and find the electrical panels or
Sure, the
something.
janitor room is a good start, but we need to convince them that we're like a service crew.
We could just grab a old, time telephone, walk up to the desk, and tell them that someone called and said that the phones are out. And we need to get to the, to the room. We need to see their main room to fix the phones, and then just start walking off towards somewhere random.
Who has good persuasion to do that?
That would be bluff. You'd want someone with good bluff.
I can do it with bluff if you want to try it.
What do I have for gloves?
Yeah.
Remember,
Oh, no,
you guys
I'm
have a
negative
mechanic
1.
outfit, so like ice cream scanners can walk up with the mechanic's outfit.
Yeah, see, come on, ice cream, let's go.
I mean, so I have a hollow
Mike's just
grenade.
gonna.
Could we maybe
Go ahead.
use the hollow grenade as like a distraction for them and try to look a sleight ahead for like the keys or
I wouldn't do
something
it
we
in that
need?
room. That's like main lobby where everybody and their mother is fucking armed to
Yeah.
the teeth.
Wait a
Another
second, where-
thing, another thing
is-
that you all would have noticed when you walked in is the insurmountable amount of cameras in this main lobby as well. There's about 8 cameras that you can see just in this front area, and Shinuk and Bowzer, as you guys were walking back, there's about 6 cameras just in that hallway. There's probably not very many blind spots here, so making a super large scene might not be the best way to go. Definitely a route you can take, just maybe not the first, maybe not plan A.
I definitely think we need to convince them or persuade them. I think will be our best bet.
So, this is what I'm thinking is, Binds is supposed to be flying up, right, to the
Yep.
roof. So I want to communicate with Binds discreetly.
You have comm units.
Yep. So I wanna call him on the comm unit, and I just want to ask him what's on the see if there's any like air handling units or anything on the roof that he can mess with to have them break down, so we have an excuse to actually come and fix something.
Have I made it to the roof yet? Because I feel like that would take quite a while to go up that many floors. while
Yeah, so you
carrying
get
somebody.
so you get a call, and I'm assuming you're trying to not be like super visible while you're flying either. There's a lot of air traffic around here, so not only is it an extremely tall building, but it's going to take you a little bit of time. So you get a call, and you're about maybe 40 to 50 floors up at this time. As you and Critters kind of parked off in an alleyway a couple blocks away, just to make sure that no one on the outside that was guarding the building would see you take off. But you probably have a good 20 to 30 minutes before you reach the top of the building.
What about this? I have decent perception. What about so could I walk by? Well, no. So technically, how do I want to do this? I could technically walk by the desk and just just like I'm not going to the desk, but walk somewhere else and just see if I don't happen to see something laying out that would maybe indicate where the main electrical room is. Like maybe they have one of those computer screens that shows like the floors or labels on them or maps or something.
Okay.
So I do that. I walk by to just go, I don't know, look at something over there, a flower pot or I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception check. So as you begin like kind of nonchalantly walking around the lobby, there is near one of the hallways a what looks like a computer screen on one of the walls that has a kind of a guide, like a "You Are Here" map. It lists out a few of the more important floors and exits in case of a disaster, stuff like that. One of the exits listed is on the 14th floor, and it is through one of the maintenance hallways. So at the very least that on the 14th floor there is a maintenance section. That's the only one listed that you see.
Yeah, so I relay that information. I walk back over and relay that information to the group.
Hey, can I see? Is there anything like a control panel or something around the immediate area that can be like messed with to like maybe make the lights flicker or something like that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception for me as well.
Yeah, perception sucks.
6. You don't see any obviously blatant electrical panels or anything like that. There is a large switchboard on the lobby desk where there are 4 individuals currently standing at attention. That's a pretty obvious feature of the room. You imagine that probably works as an intercom as well as a quick power base for the main lobby.
Are they standing? Are they all looking at us, or are they like in front of the panel? Like, are they looking away from the panel?
So the 4 individuals behind this very long lobby desk seem to be equidistant apart, and they're all kind of facing towards you guys and the front door. This is how they were when you walked in.
Is the panel in front of them or behind them?
It is in front of them. It is actually part of the desk.
Are there any cables or anything coming from the?
Not that you can see. No.
I can always go grab an old-timey phone, guys. Damn, phone's gone out again. We're gonna have to go fix this. Look, if we just keep talking back and forth, walking through, just tell them we're here to fix it. Just keep walking. It might work.
Okay, do they immediately notice ZUGA, or is she kind of hard to see?
That depends. ZUGA, did you bring your tank? Did you bring Beep Boop Blip? Would ZUGA part with Beep Boop Blip?
No.
Okay, she's riding it.
Either I don't think she'd be riding it in. She might have like followed in behind.
Okay.
Can we disguise it as a surface bot instead of a tank?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, put towels in the grenade launcher.
Well, if we knew we were coming here and I was gonna be a part of this group, I would have grabbed any tool-looking stuff
Instead of a grenade
Chinook.
launcher, it's just like a brush at the end of
Well,
the fucking
Zuga, you're also a mechanic, and so is Bimes, so you do have like a tool belt and like
Yeah.
all the requisite tools for that. So
Yeah, so I just make him look like even more that he's just meant to carry stuff, and that it
Okay.
just happens to be a tank.
yeah, it just happens
my-
to be a tank. Yeah.
Well, my excuse would be is I live in the pirate city. I have lots of expensive equipment. Do I look like I can fight everybody that walks up to me? Probably not.
Of course, I have a grenade launcher.
Of course I have one. What would you do if you were my size?
That's a good point. That
Yeah, that's a good
Zuga,
point.
exactly how big are you?
3 feet? 2.5 feet? I am.
Yeah,
So
she's small.
here.
Like 3 feet. Her
the-
drone is like 3 feet. So
Yeah,
she's
so
small.
that's the reason I was asking if they saw her when they came in, because I wanted her to like maybe sneak around the desk and let me know if there's anything back there.
Zuga can roll stealth. Zuga, if you would like, you can roll stealth.
Oh no.
And Zuga, you're about you're a little under 2.5 feet tall.
Okay, yeah. So I'm tiny.
Luke, would we notice any service droids with like maybe a large
Ooh.
capacity moving in and out of the building?
I have a
No, you did
19.
not notice any service robots or androids coming in and out of the building. There were some basic street service drones and stuff, like ones that empty garbage cans and are cleaning the street outside, but none of them seem to be coming into the building.
Do they have
and-
those Uber food droids? You know, little
Yeah. There are food
Yeah, those
delivery
here?
droids. Zuga, you seemed relatively unseen.
Okay. So can I roll a perception to like kind of look around, hopefully not be seen while I look around?
Yeah, are you wanting to explore a specific part? Are you wanting to like try to get into the janitor's area? Are you trying to want to get past the lobby service desk and into one of the hallways with the elevators? Like where are you trying to go? This room is pretty open, so it's anything you can't see would be in those hallways or behind the door to the pool or behind the door to the janitor's chambers.
I
Yeah, we just need you to wreak havoc if you can.
I think I
want
wanna go to the pool room.
Okay.
No, just wait. I wanna go to the pool room. Okay,
Okay,
so
As you begin making your way over to the door to the pool room, the door begins to slide open.
I duck in as fast as I can, trying not to be seen.
So as you duck into the indoor pool, you're immediately hit with like a rush of like warm air and steam as you come in. You see this massive, probably 70-foot long by 30-foot wide pool, as well as multiple hot tubs in here as well. You see 4 or 5 people who are enjoying the amenities in here, as well as a what looks like a service drone that is handing towels out, as well as mopping up water on the sides of the pool.
Okay. I act like I walked in here without trying to be sneaky. Walk over to the drone and I'm like, excuse me, can you help me? I'm here to service the pool. I'm like trying to act like I'm not trying to make the guests know what I'm there for and that there's a problem with the pool. Does the drone talk?
The drone is like humanoid in stature, but it's very thin and gangly, and its head is more of like a cylinder. And as it kind of leans down towards you, and the cylinder type head kind of rotates in 3 different places as these 3 like red reticules begin to make a semi sort of eye contact with you. I am C384. I am here to help you with any needs you may have. Would you like a towel? And he like holds out a towel to you.
But that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. But I'm here to repair. Somebody said the filter on the pool needed looked at. I would hate to get any more dirt in your facility. I'm just came from a dirty job and I'm just here to fix it so I'll get back out.
Okay, so I need you to roll a bluff check.
Oh
Zuga.
no. Oh no. Oh no.
Gonna fake the numbers. Fake the numbers.
11.
What did I get?
Okay. That's an
No.
11.
Okay.
Very well. What is your name, mechanic? May I see your credentials and work order?
Oh, of course. Oh, the work order? One
Yes,
second.
a work order is required for any maintenance done within the building.
That's very strange. I didn't get one last time. Let me go see if it was sent to me on my tablet. Pull out my tablet.
Accessing data of previous maintenances. You see him stand up straight, and like his head, like one of the portions of his head spins to the right, and it just seems like he's sitting there, thinking as much as a completely robotic specimen could actually think, trying to access previous data since you said that you didn't have one last time.
Shoot. I'm scared to do too much for getting kicked out. Do I see any, like, can I hack the robot?
You can definitely try to hack the robot.
Okay, can I hack
for
the
what
robot?
you can, so yes, you can hack the robot. For what you can see in the room, there seems to be a door to a sauna, as well as a door labeled maintenance.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll an engineering check to try to hack the robot. I also need you to roll another stealth check so that none of the patrons notice you hacking the robot.
Okay, so engineering, and then stealth. Oh
And
no.
stealth. Really good engineering check.
Okay,
We'll
stealth
see
did
how
okay.
good that. Yeah, we'll see how good that stealth score is.
Oh, no.
Start whistling.
Yeah.
So it looks like one of the patrons turns towards you, but then like summarily like leans back in their lounging chair, puts their dark glasses back on, and is just kind of zoning out with some earbuds in. What are you trying to do to this robot?
I want to insert a fake work. What did you call it?
Work order?
A work order. Past previous work order. So that I can get in, and it looks like I've been here before.
Okay.
Nothing too complicated.
Okay. So as you kind of hard connect to the droid with your own tablet, you begin entering the information, and as you disconnect, the droid kind of lurches for a moment. You see all three portions of its head like spin erratically, and then they all kind of connect, and it like almost leans like it's about to fall over, and then turns towards you and goes, ZUGA start. Your work order seems completely... And then it stops for a minute.
Oh no. Completely.
Correct.
Oh gosh.
Right this way. And it begins walking to the maintenance door, and it types in a code at the control panel, and the door slides open. You see a massive pump. This is like a massive pumping room. There's a few like grates in the upper part of the wall that are meant to ventilate the area, and what you notice the most is the heat coming from this room. It is probably over 100 degrees Fahrenheit in this chamber.
Oh, nice.
The droid kind of just turns to you and goes, "Please, take your time." And then as you walk in, the door kind of shuts behind you.
I need my equipment.
You hear it latch.
Oh dear. I don't have any equipment. Okay. ZUGA then looks around for a panel and plugs her tablet in and tries to figure out what access she has to the building from the pool maintenance room.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a computers check.
Okay. Yes!
So as you hook up the control panel, you have access to cameras up to the 28th floor.
Okay.
No, you can't see any residential information on anyone who lives on those floors.
Okay.
But like I said, you do have access to cameras as well as door controls to unlock facility entrances and exits, not individual what is a person who lives at a place called resident? You don't have residential control, just facility control.
Okay. ZUGA, does she have access to the files, like for work orders and past history, like that stuff? Can she hack into that stuff?
Yeah. So the last work order would have been a week ago.
Okay.
and it was for security maintenance on the 14th floor. It seemed like a few of the cameras on the exterior of the building were damaged, and there is a routed access point that you can go to the exterior of the building on kind of like scaffolding that's built in to repair.
Okay,
and that's all based off the 14th floor.
Okay, and you said the maintenance room that
Tron
saw was on the 13th floor, right?
No, that was also on the 14th floor.
Also on the 14th floor. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to write another fake work order for Tron, NODARO, and anybody else who's in the lobby. They have a work order to go back and work on the security because it's not quite finished.
Okay.
And then I can get them up to the 14th floor.
All right, go ahead and roll one more computer's check for me.
Okay. Oh no.
You should blow on them dice.
You create a work order.
Craps.
Okay.
Maybe not as legitimate looking as the one
As
that
the
you
first
inserted.
one.
Yeah, as the first one.
Oh no.
But there is a work order in the system now.
Okay. Okay, so I use the radio, but Dust, I got your work order. Say that you're gonna go fix the security cameras on the 14th floor, and then from there I'll try and get you to the maintenance room.
Okay.
So we'll move back to the lobby. So that'll be Ice Cream Sandwich, NODARO, and Tron, as well as Beep Boop Blip, are all in the lobby. You get this message from ZUGA. What are you guys doing?
So I want to ask them if we should all try walk up together, try go up together, or if one of us are just gonna go up.
I put all of your guys' name on it.
Well, we all need to go up, but I suggest whoever is the most people person of us go and say, "Hey, this is my team. We got a work order," and then the others
That is
just
not NODARO.
shut up. So,
I have pretty high diplomacy and intimidation.
Well, do you want to go then, Tron? Because it's certainly
well,
not me.
I'm not a likable person, so. I'm
Please
not gonna be
do
really
always wear a mask.
Yeah, sure. So I go up to the front desk. I take the work order from ZUGA, and then I have, because ZUGA, you're going up with us, right?
I am locked in the pool room, so probably not.
That's right.
We put it in the system, so you just need to go up and be like, "Hey, we have a work order in the system. Don't have it on us." Blah blah blah.
So we heard that through her comms, right? I had to step away for a second, so I'm playing catch up.
Yeah, she sent you a message through the comms saying
did you
that
put
there's a
yourself?
work
Did you
order
put
in the
yourself on
system.
that work order too? Because I was gonna say you can just come back and say, "Hey, I just finished the pool. I need to go up and help them finish."
She can't get out of the room. I think is the problem.
Why
The
not?
door
I could
locked behind
probably
her.
if I use.
She also
Yeah.
hasn't tried to get out of the room.
Yeah.
The door did
Yeah,
latch
right.
behind her.
Yeah, try ZUGA first.
I'll try. Okay.
Zoga, what are you doing to try to get out of the room? You do have facility access to door locks and everything.
Right, but if I have a secure, I imagine there's not a camera in this room.
There is not a camera in that room, no.
That's why I wanted to stay in here so I could get you guys from place to place without
Okay,
anybody
gotcha.
knowing where it was coming from. Because if I went with you guys, I'd have to use panels that were in the eye of a camera.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that knowledge, I go up to the front desk and say, "Hey, we just got a work order to come in here, and what were we doing service on? Was what 14?
Yeah, on the cameras on the exterior of the building.
I got you.
I have a,
Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say I have a quick question because I'm not
Yep.
sure how technology works in this game. So, can she transfer that ability to like maybe her tank? The ability to open doors.
She would have to hardline the Beep Boop Blip into the building's network first. It's not currently hardlined, and it's on a routed, like, segregate network. So, like, this building does not connect to the outer network of the city. So she would have to connect him hardlined into a panel first before doing that.
Gotcha.
So I go ahead up to the front desk and I talk to the guards or the people working at the front desk. Hey, we got a work order just came in. Needing to go up to the 14th floor to work on the security cameras. Apparently, they're down.
That's strange. We had someone here last week to work on them. Let me check the system real quick. You can go ahead and roll. You can go ahead and roll a diplomacy or a bluff check, if you would like, Tron. As they're pulling up the work order in the system.
Nice.
This is very strange. It shows that we do have a work order in the system, but it's slightly different than the previous one.
You know, we got these new people working, you know, and sometimes they just don't know what they're putting in. They get excited and just start putting stuff in. So, you know, sometimes it may not look perfect or anything, but, you know.
Right.
We got to get them cameras back online, man.
I'm sure the turnover rate's pretty high. All right, down the left hallway, third elevator to your right. The guards will take you to the 14th floor.
Thank you, sir. I turn around, motion to the crew to follow.
All right, I start following him.
As you guys begin making your way down the hallway, you get to the elevator that they referenced, and one of the attendants opens it, and you guys step in. There are 2 heavily armored guards in there, and one of them pushes the button for the 14th floor. And as the elevator begins to rise, we will get to binds and critters.
Make it to the roof yet?
Yes. So you guys arrive on the roof. You see some sort of helipad up here, as well as an elevator door that would lead down. There are some heating and cooling units on the top. There are a couple cameras in which you were able to avoid the site where you are now. But this back corner over here is really the only blind spot.
Do I see anything else besides HVAC and a helicopter pad?
So over here, there are a few what look like control panels that are currently closed and covered that you could access. I mean, you have your mechanics tools and everything like that. But other than the helipad and the elevator door going down, there's not much else up here.
And did I see where these control panel or these cameras were?
Yeah, so the cameras seem to be monitoring solely the helipad and the elevator door. They don't seem to be monitoring the this portion of the map over here. I'm gonna put a few blips down. There we go. So if you wanted to access the computer panels, you would not be seen. But the moment you kind of step into view of any of these lighted areas, this path up here, and this over here, and the helipad down here, you would be in camera view.
Okay, I'm gonna check out. Can I check these panels out and see what I can get into?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an engineering check. Yeah, as you start fiddling around with the panels, you kind of usher at your drone, which does your drone carry all your tools, or do you have a tool belt, or does your drone have like screwdrivers for arms, or what's up with your drone, Vines?
He's an assassin drone.
Oh, okay.
My engineering kit is on my arm.
Okay, yeah, so you pull out some of your tools and begin to undo the panels, and as you open them up, there is what looks like a breaker box here, as well as some hardline connections. There is no computer screen, so it would be you'd have to access it through your own data pad, which carries its own risks, but also it's the only way that you'd be able to access it. But you'd be hardline connecting your personal data pad into the servers of the building.
Do the breakers have labels on them?
Yes, so all the breakers listed up here are for the HVAC systems, as well as the main power source for the cameras and the lighting up here as well. That includes the power to the elevator at this height.
Are those separate from the lighting and the cameras?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna shut off the... So it would just be for like the rooftop cameras, right? Not the whole building?
Yes, it would just be for the rooftop cameras.
Well, I'm gonna shut off the cameras.
Okay.
Breaker.
You do so. You see the cameras that are visible to you begin to power down as the red lights begin to fade.
I don't know if I want to risk trying to hack into these, so I think we should just see what's inside. What do you think, critters?
Yeah, seems like a good plan to me.
Okay, so as you head towards the elevator, the doors, upon you stepping up to it, the doors kind of part and slide open. You are graced by an empty elevator, no guards in this one. You probably assume that getting to this height is not very common. With the way the cameras were, if a car or something like that would have wanted to get up here, they would have been seen. So no guards are thought to be needed. As you step into the elevator, its controls only access from 350 down to the 300th floor. So you cannot go lower than the 300th floor from this elevator.
I'm gonna radio down to the other group. Use my. We have like a communication device, right?
Yeah, you all have comms.
And ask if they have any ideas of what should be done up here. I've disabled only the rooftop cameras, but have not found any other usefulness up here. So
You all hear this
where
from
they're at.
Vines. Just dead silence, Vines.
I'm sorry. What did he say again?
Like, what floor are you guys on, or what are you guys up to? I'm on the roof and I've disabled the rooftop cameras only.
I'm in the pool maintenance room. The other guys are headed up to the 14th floor to get to the maintenance room there.
See if you can infiltrate the lower floor beneath you so that you can have eyes on where we're gonna be when we walk in the front door.
So you guys are going to the 348th floor, right?
Right, so you need to see if you can get a bird's eye view of where we're at, what's going on, or at least make your way and find a way where you could drop in behind them on their floor. You can get the initiative on a surprise.
So maybe we should go to the 349th floor and look to see if we can find like a vent or something to get into.
Yep, exactly. That way we can all drop in on cue.
Oh, you're going to the 349th floor then?
Yeah, I'm hitting 349 on the elevator.
Yeah, as the doors begin to close, you feel the elevator begin to descend. You see the numbers begin to go down, 350, 349, and then immediately stop as the elevator opens. As it opens, can I have both Critters and Binds roll perception checks? So Binds, as the doors open, you kind of like halfway look out, not trying to make yourself noticeable, and don't see anything. And as you almost step out, Critters, you see the shadow and hear the footsteps of an armored individual heading towards the elevator.
I hit the 350 button again.
The doors close and the elevator starts ascending. You're going back to the roof or to the 350th floor?
Back to the roof.
Okay. Yeah, the elevator begins ascending as it opens up again into the rooftop area.
I'm gonna call down to the group and say the floor above seems to be heavily guarded. Do you think causing some kind of distraction up here would be beneficial
Yeah, can anybody cut the lights?
for the whole building?
Anything, whatever distraction. Lights, fire
Is that-
extinguisher.
Breaker panel we're near, is that to the whole building or just to the roof?
That breaker panel seems to just control the roof.
Well, we could probably fuck up these HVAC units pretty severely. But then we might have to make an escape.
Your call.
As soon as they get to the maintenance room and you plug in Beep Boop for me, I'll probably have more access than just up to the 14th floor. But as of now, I only have access to the 14th floor and below.
So have we made it up to the 14th floor yet?
Yeah, if we want to move over to you guys while Binds and Critters and everyone else figures out what kind of distraction you want.
Okay, I'm gonna get off the elevator, kind of look around. I don't know if the hallway goes right and left or where the hallway goes, but just kind of trying to figure out what direction we need to go now that we're on the 14th floor.
Yeah, as you guys, as the elevator opens, the doors kind of part, and you are met with the opulent hallways of the 14th floor. But they quickly go from a marbled pattern from the lobby to kind of like a dark stone. You see a few individuals, kind of maintenance workers. They're all wearing the same maintenance uniforms as they're walking around, as well as 2 guards who are stationed right outside the elevator as well. As you guys step out, one of the guards pulls one of the maintenance officials aside and points over to you. They need to be escorted to the exterior catwalks to finish maintenance on the cameras. The individual, Lashunta, goes, Right, follow me this way. I don't recognize you from the previous crew. Is it a new company who's doing maintenance now, or?
I say to him, no, the other crew is currently dispatched on another job.
Ah, I see. Well, if you follow me this way, and he begins ushering you down the hallway. You guys are passing by different doors. You see one labeled server room. You see one labeled primary HVAC maintenance area. There's one labeled camera service operations. As you guys are passing by all these, he leads you to a door clearly on an exterior wall. As he begins typing in a code to the control panel, the door slides open and you guys are met with a severe amount of wind funneling through the hallway like a wind tunnel. And there is a very sturdy looking catwalk on the exterior of the building. Right this way. This will take you out to the exterior cameras.
And you tell him you might need access to the server rooms because it might be more of a tech problem than a physical problem?
Yeah, so what we're really going to need access to is the server rooms. We think it's more of on the, the actual interface side where we need to go check those connections and stuff there. We don't think it's a physical hardware problem out on, out and about.
Go ahead and roll a bluff check, Tron.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. And as he pushes the control panel one more time, the door begins to shut. You look down the hall, and there are a few people who are currently picking up papers that they were carrying that have been blown out of their hands. Very well, I can take you to the server room. So what exactly is the problem? Are the cameras just not connecting to the server, or?
Yeah, we got reports of static in the feed and stuff like that, and I don't know, could have been the rats chewing on wires back in the server room or something like that, or maybe it's just a bad fan with some dust bunnies going wild. We just need to get in there and take a look.
Dust bunnies, yes. Those fearsome small creatures. I thought we eradicated them all, but I guess
they're pretty elusive.
Anyway, yes, follow me, and he brings you over to the server room where he types in another code to this door as the door begins to slide open, and he steps in with you guys.
Are there any cameras in this room?
There are. There's 3 cameras that you can see clearly.
Is there any way, while he's putting in the codes, one of us can peer over his shoulder to try to see the codes? Yeah. Second of all, if we can, is the codes like a kind of generic code for all the doors, or each door code different?
Yeah, Michelle, they're all 1, 2, 3, 4.
So go ahead and one of you can roll perception to see if you can gleam the code that they're typing in.
Who has a higher perception here?
Right, Tron already rolled. It's a 15. So Tron, you can't quite see the code that they're typing in, but you can definitely tell that it's a different code than the door to the exterior of the building. Each door does not seem to have the same numerical code.
Oh, did you say only one of us could roll?
Yep.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
That's why I asked who had that.
It's just, it wouldn't make much sense if everyone was peeking over his shoulder. That'd be a bit obvious. That's fine. So it's definitely a different code than the one for the other door, but you can't quite make out the code that they're typing in.
Okay, so I guess we walk inside the room. Can I really, I guess, look to see what all is in the room?
Yeah, so it's a fairly large chamber. What you can see right off the bat is about 20 to 25 different server racks, all of which are about 15 feet long and then about 10 feet tall. This room is also very hot, despite the amount of ventilation that you hear. You hear large fans going. This room is still producing an immense amount of heat.
Is there any way, a quick glance, we can maybe figure out what, I guess, control panel servers control the higher levels?
So at a glance, nothing seems to be obviously labeled like that. There is what looks like a large desk over on one section that has a few computer screens that looks like it's used to like access the separate servers and stuff like that. That would probably have more information. So
Can I go over to try hack that? I'm assuming it's probably passworded or something.
If you plug in Beep Boop, I can help you get into the system from here, but you have to plug them in so I get it put to my tablet.
So as you guys all enter the room and you're kind of looking around, the Lashunta disappears for a moment and then says, "Over here, this is the server. This is the server rack that controls all the exterior cameras."
Did anybody plug Beep Boop in secretly?
Did we actually bring him with us? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, he has been following you. Yes.
Okay, I was like, because I don't remember specifically bringing him.
He didn't follow me.
On the work order, he's marked as a service drone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So who? All right. So, who's got the highest sleight of hand? Well, I've got a 6.
I have a 1 equals +3. Is that a 4 or just a 1?
I think I'm pretty. I think I can slide some hands.
So I have a question. So does the security guards leave the room, or is he going to stand there and watch us the whole time?
It looks like he plans on standing there and watching you guys.
Okay, so we need to be sneaky.
So I grab. Is there like a little cable on this robot?
Yeah, he'll make one known to you. He'll just pop it out.
Yeah. You see a small reticle begin to open on one of the sides of Beep Boop Blip where
I
a cable begins coming out.
I nonchalantly, kind of stand next to the robot, kind of leaning on him a little bit, so I can grab the cable.
Yeah, as you grab the cable and kind of pull, Beep Boop Blip whirs like he felt some pleasure or something.
All right, so I want to try to plug in this cable.
Okay. Are you trying to plug it into any server in particular, or just whatever server you can get to?
If you could get it plugged in to the main computer would be the best, but I don't know if you can get away with that.
Can I tell which one is the primary server or anything like that? Which one would be the best option?
None of them are marked in that way. So it'd kind of be a guessing game. Unless you could access the computer, if you wanted to try to plug them into the main computer, it would take one hell of a stealth check.
Do they all look the same, or is it?
Yes, they all look identical.
They have model numbers or something. I can if I have computer knowledge, I can figure it out maybe.
Can ZUGA figure that out from where she's at? Be what servers are in the maintenance room?
Yeah. So I'll have ZUGA. You can go ahead and make a computer check, and Ice Cream, you can also make a computer's check.
16, 15. It'll have to do.
ZUGA, from your end, all you can see about the server room are the systems that it controls, which are everything from the lobby to the 250th floor. Nothing stands out like direct locations of the servers. Ice Cream, as you're looking around, the model numbers don't differ too much between the servers. You can see that the server rack that the Lashunta is standing by, that he referenced as the one that controlled the exterior cameras, it has slightly different components in it, specifically because it is for cameras, and you can see 3 other ones that also have similar components. So those 4 servers in totals probably only access cameras.
Okay, so let me just try to plug it into one of the ones that don't access cameras, right? Because we want controls for doors and shit. Is that what we're looking for?
So as you go to plug them in, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I mean, is that what we're trying to do? Is plug it into one of the ones that does not.
I mean, cameras would help in some regards, but we kind of need control of everything.
Okay.
We need to do lights and stuff. You could try and tell him, like, you could go over to the servers that do the cameras, look at it and be like, it's not giving me a code. Can I use the computer to see what code it is and maybe do something like that?
Oh, let's just try to plug it into one of these.
So these random ones, okay.
All right. So what I want to try to do is kind of like walk next to this dude, right? And kind of like act like I'm peeking over his shoulder, but like while I'm doing that, I want to kind of reach behind me and plug into one of these servers.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
It's a stealth or sleight of hand?
Oh yeah, you can do sleight of hand. That's also fine.
Yeah, I would rather do that. How?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
So Matt got a roll.
What did I roll? I rolled.
You rolled a 1.
That's why. No. God damn. Yeah, I was gonna say, but my sleight of hand is pretty high.
Oh no.
Is there any way I could jump in when I see him fumble that I could jump in and let me help you with that real quick. You dropped a screwdriver.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a bluff check.
Okay.
Can I pilot this thing in there?
Oh, you saved it.
Yeah. You save it. You do not successfully get him plugged into the server, but there is no suspicion raised by the notice of the Lashunta to your slight mishandling of Beep Boop Blip's hardware.
Could I try and plug in the cable, or is it like broke?
It's not broke.
Can I just try again?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try again, that's fine.
All right, hold on.
There you go. Roll on the electronic dice.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! What did you do?
This time you go to plug it in, and you're kind of keeping an eye, but also trying to make sure that you're not being viewed. And as you go to plug it in, you plug this like USB type port
upside down.
like you force it in the wrong way, and you hear Beep Bloop Blip like do like a classic R2-D2 scream as he's electrocuted.
How is that possible? What the fuck?
I didn't know you could do a minus.
Yeah, is that like a critical like?
So your last one wasn't a 1. You rolled a 2. So this one was a 1.
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
Yeah, natural 1s will appear with red and a down arrow, and natural 20s will appear blue with an up arrow.
Do I need to try and
this is broken.
play this off again, like with all that screaming? But like, oh no, the fans on our service droid are froze or something, sticking. They're dirty too.
The Lashunta turns around and he's like, "What are you doing?" And like sees the cord like shoved into a port it shouldn't be shoved in.
Oh my god!
He's like, "This seems fishy," and like begins like typing into his data pad, looking like he's about to like call for security. So what are you guys doing?
I tell him, oh no, we're just trying to our service droid here was low on power, and my friend here thought that was a good little USB port that he could use, or whatever you're calling it, this new fancy port. Recharge our service droid. We're trying to get the LED flashlights on it to work. You know how that goes.
Specifically, it's a USB Type 47.
My friend thought it was a Type 97.
Man.
We thought it was a what do you call this shit? Thunderport.
Thunderbolt.
Firewire.
The Lashunta says, "Go ahead and roll a bluff check, Tron, with disadvantage. So roll twice to take the lower number."
Oh no.
Oh god.
So the Lashunta says, "That's the main security server. You cannot be accessing that." And he begins he's still frantically typing typing in information to his handheld computer.
I
Can we
look
just knock
around
this
the
guy
room
out?
for Nardo. Yeah, I look around for the
NODARO?
bug. Yeah, NODARO. Where is she at in proximity to him?
If she still have drugs, can she just fucking?
I
like,
was
get a
about to
a handful,
say.
a
Yeah,
handful
that's
of
where I was getting ready to
crack
go.
and shove it in
I
his
was
face?
about to say that since this is kind of escalating fast,
Nobody has
He's-
abilities.
he is talking to them. Can I just quickly like? Well, to be fair, none of them know that I still have the stuff. Remember,
That is
But-
true.
but maybe while they're arguing back and forth, maybe I can just grab a handful and blow it in his face to maybe just mellow him out and just not care what we're doing or
Throw
something.
that shit in the AC duct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No! This could be a bad idea because doesn't that make people like crazy? Like they got legit ADHD.
But right now we're locked in the
I think
room
it
with
depends on the
him.
individual.
So can I just maybe like, as I maybe like just reach in my hands and just kind of maybe blow some in his face, but I don't want TRON or I.C.S. to know because I don't want them to know that I still have some.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh god,
my god.
no, sleight of hand is horrible.
So as you reach in your pocket and like shove your hand into the package of spice, you go to bring your hand up. The entire package comes out of your pocket, and then like hits the ground, and then a puff of spice just into the air. So I need NODARO, TRON. Actually, it will not affect Ice Cream Sandwich because he does not have a respiratory system. And then the Lashunta will all need to roll. Let's see, Fortitude saving throws.
Oh no.
God.
Okay.
Damn bug.
That's great. So for the next 4 hours,
Oh my god.
you guys feel the spice hit your systems. Your eyes dilate. You become hyper focused. All the colors in this server room, even though that most of them are black and a few like darkish purplish lights in this room, everything begins to like escalate in your vision. The brights become brighter, dark becomes darker. You start like borderline hallucinating as the figures in front of you begin to like kind of stretch almost, becoming more apparent to you. You can hear sweat fall from the Lashunta's brow and hit the ground with a plop. And the Lashunta just rears back for a moment. So, you all are in unfamiliar territory, hallucinating, hyper-focused, and on crack, basically. So, take that as you will.
Is the Lashunta high too?
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you though, Luke. Since my character
All
has
right.
like basically been peddling this for a long time and stuff like that, has done it. Does this affect me as bad, or am I able to still concentrate through it?
So, what I did was, it would have depended on the amount. Since an entire kilo of spice has entered the air, I don't think it matters how used you are to taking drugs.
I didn't realize it was a whole kilo. I thought she had like a little bag.
No, she had a whole
Yeah.
kilo in her pocket that she just ripped open and threw in the room.
And you said there's security cameras in there?
There are. Also, the large ventilation shafts in the ceiling begin sucking up the spice,
Oh.
presumably spreading it throughout the ventilation system.
All right.
Oh no.
So hold on. So while this is going on, I'm just gonna shove the Lashunta aside. I want to access the cameras and turn off the cameras in the room. That's part one.
I feel like we should give them a heads
ZUGA
up.
can
like,
help
hey,
you with that. Yeah, if you plug in Beat Boop, I can help you.
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty good with computers. Like I have
Oh, okay.
pretty.
Okay. So, I'll need you to roll a computers check.
Yeah. So I got a 23.
23. Yeah, you begin to access the camera systems and can manage to turn the cameras out. Are you just wanting to do this room or the entire floor?
Not to draw too much attention for now. I just want to do this room.
Okay, so the cameras in this room go dark.
Okay. So now I want to plug in Beat Boop into that security server.
Okay.
Okay.
So you plug him in. He is now hardwired. So I need ZUGA to go ahead and make a computers check
Okay.
to transfer access over to Beep Boop Blip.
That damn bug.
Yo, it's rigged.
That's a nat 1.
So ZUGA, as you are trying to transfer over the security protocols over to Beep Boop's side, your screen goes red and it says alert, alert, intruder alert, and the system goes down on your end. You no longer have access to the system.
All right. Can I try to do it on my side?
Yes. The DC is going to be higher. It was a 15. Now it's going to be a 20. So go ahead and roll a computer's check.
It looks like I'm gonna have to do this myself.
All right.
While he's doing it, I start looking at my hands in slow motion, all 4 of them.
Okay, yeah. As you move your hands in front of your face, they're like blurring. You have you have 4 arms, but it's almost looking like you have 8 and then 12 and then 16. It's trippy. Ice Cream, as you begin trying to brute force your way through the security system, transferring over admin privileges to Beep Boop Blip, your computer also goes red. As the other computer screens in the room also begin to do so as well. Your guys' presence is known.
Fuck.
ZUGA, you hear heavy footsteps heading towards the door to the room that you're in.
Are there any vents?
There are 2 vents. They lead to the outside of the building. They are meant for ventilation for this pump room. Yep.
Zugga's gonna jump through it. She doesn't want to be caught.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me, ZUGA.
Oh
I kinda
no.
feel like someone should let the others know that there is spice going through the air vents.
Yeah, I was about to say, no.
The Zugga's about to jump in, but maybe just like a quick radio check, because obviously me and Tron are so damn high, we can't function. So maybe
So
I
is the
might
spice
wanna
actually
give an
going
alert.
through? Is it actually already like filtering through the system, or?
It's being sucked up by the air circulation system in this room to keep the chamber like within temperature. You guys, it's hard to tell whether it'll connect to the rest of the building. It may just be exhausting it all to the exterior of the building. In which case, that produces another problem of like spice flowing into the air of like drivers and stuff like that. But that's not your problem. As you guys hear an explosion outside the building, as a car rams into the side of it.
This should be good. Okay, so what was I going to
This is why I give you guys drugs at the beginning of the campaign.
Thanks.
Wasn't a good idea. Was not a good idea.
Okay, so there's a couple things I want to check.
Okay.
So number 1 is the dude that was with us that's high. Does he have any like card keys, anything I can grab to like?
So currently he's on the ground attempting to make snow angels. Let's see. So if you wanted to go ahead and roll a either perception, roll a perception check to kind of search him.
Oh shit! I got shit perception.
So you do find he has like a personnel badge. It has a magnetic strip on the back. He also has a personal data pad that he was using, and he also has a cred stick with like 400 credits on it.
All right, I'll take all that stuff.
Okay, I would write that down.
Okay. Hold on.
Or put it in your D's notes.
Yes. So I got the 400 credits. So it was 400 credits. What else was it? A data pad.
A personal data pad, and then also an employee ID with a magnetic strip on the back. So it would give him some sort of access. You don't know to what extent that access goes, but
okay. So we got that. All right. So I got that stuff. Number 2. Is there anything I can do to help these other 2 get past their highness? Like, I have some medical training. So is there anything I can do?
Yeah, let's have you roll. You can either roll medicine or life science.
I'll go with. So hold on. Which one's actually better? Because like my life science is 3 equals. There's a blank, then +3.
So
And then
life science is like
my
biology. Medicine is
Right.
specifically for like medical.
Right, but
Type
my
stuff.
like my medicine is like 6 equals 3. So
Your medicine is higher because
Okay.
you're gonna look at the total. The first row is the total of everything.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so I'll go with some medicine.
In the bit of medical training you got when you were fighting in the resistance, you know that to combat the effects of spice, you would need something called burdock root, which you could buy at a medicinal shop, but nobody went to a medicinal shop before this, despite you guys carrying a shitload of spice.
To be fair, we found that. I just got gritty.
Yeah, that's true.
Just putting that out there.
What do you mean you found that? You found what, the spice?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought you meant you found burdock root. I was like, can I just search her and grab that shit? And the
Not
serum
that
of healing won't do anything, right?
No, it won't really do anything for them.
Fuck. Okay.
They do, however, have a +2 to dexterity and a +2 to wisdom for the next 4 hours.
Okay.
But after that, they'll have like minuses to everything.
Okay.
At this
Are
point,
they?
you're going to see red lights begin to blare
are they
as well as
mobile?
alarms. Yes,
Are they mobile?
they are capable of movement.
What if I don't want them to move?
You can sweep the leg, Johnny.
Like, can I throw them on top of Beat Boop and have Beat Boop just kind of roll them around?
If you can convince them to stay stationary, that'll be a conversation between you guys.
Okay, there's that, and then
They're still aware of the mission. It's just the mission now might involve hallucinogenic dragons and stuff.
Okay, and then the last thing, is there any you said there's like a air recirculation in this room. Is there any way to divert that to the rest of the building?
There would be, if you could access the computers, which are now on red alert.
Yeah.
And all of them are on red alert?
All the ones in this room are. Unless you wanted to climb in the vents yourself and like manually
I will volunteer that. I don't know if I'll fit. If I can fit, I will volunteer that. Do you think I'll fit?
You could probably fit, but the ceiling's about 20 feet up, and there are massive fan blades in the way.
No, I'm not gonna. I won't do that.
Beat Boop can climb walls.
He's a fucking tank. How can he climb walls?
Suction cups on the treads.
I think he does actually have the ability to climb walls.
He totally can.
He has like plungers on the tank treads.
No, he's got magnet.
Is there maybe like a control on the side that maybe controls the fans? We can maybe stop the fans. That's not directly related to the computer, just maybe like a controller on the wall. So we can cut the fans off.
Okay, so Michelle, you can roll a perception check.
Guys got smoke grenades too. You can fucking throw something.
Oh god.
You begin to look for this control panel, and it's elusive. It's elusive. You do find a panel, and as you approach it, you see what looks like some sort of button that's already pulled up. And as you press it, the door to this room opens, and you see the hallway is just filled with like a red mist. There's sirens blaring, there's red lights flashing. It is not conducive to your trip.
Well, I turn to them and I'm like, should we go and try to find another computer?
We have to get out of here now.
I think we should.
It's 5 minutes. We can run in, try to find one. I have computers. I can try to get in.
So, when we were outside, I didn't notice this. So that scaffolding, does that go up also?
It does, yes.
Okay.
I say we go outside and try to climb the scaffolding.
So, is that where you guys are going?
I'm thinking, how high does the scaffolding go? Does it go to the roof?
It'd be hard to tell.
It's better than staying here.
I mean, I'm just thinking, NODARO is like high as hell right now. Does she really need to be going out on a scaffolding on the side of a building?
I think so.
Higher up?
Or you can stay here and get caught. I mean, either way. So can Beep Boop climb? Can Beep Boop get up the scaffolding?
So Beep Boop has what's called jet dash. He cannot climb walls, but he can move at like 180 feet around using his action. That was the movement ability that Beep Boop got instead of like wall climbing.
Dang it.
So there's no way they can get up the scaffolding, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, you could carry him up the stairs, but he's pretty heavy. But he
So
cannot climb up like a 90-degree angle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the scaffolding is set up. So if he can get up there, we can go that way. If not, then
So with
Okay.
all the
He
alarms
usually
going
has
off,
a walking path.
with all the alarms going off, are the elevators still manned by guards, or have they gone, I guess, evacuated the building, or whatever it may be?
You can go run and check the elevator if you want.
I want to go to that.
Okay. The guards seem gone. Before we move on with you guys, Binds and Critters, as you guys are on the roof, you hear like the commotion over the comms and everything like that, and then you hear rattling in the HVAC units as they begin spouting out this red dust. You hear alarms blaring from within the building, as well as the helipad lights begin going into an emergency mode as they begin flashing as well.
I'm gonna move over to the breaker box and just turn everything off.
Okay, so as you turn everything off, you see the lights begin to go down. The HVAC units stop. Their rattling subsides, and with a final puff of smoke, they are no longer functioning. Are you turning off the elevator access, or are you keeping that functioning?
Is this the only elevator?
This is the only elevator on the roof. There are many elevators on the interior of the building. So all this breaker would do would turn off this elevator specifically.
Let's leave the elevator on, because we probably should use it.
Do the fans stop with the HVAC turning off?
Yes, they do.
And now you've hotboxed the building.
Yep. So you still have elevator access. The roof is now dark. The red mist begins to like kind of float off the side of the building, mixing in with the smog layer below.
I'm not sure what else should we do up here. Should we head in the building?
Probably see if you can make your way back down. I know there was security on the floor, but if there's a distraction of some sort you guys can make.
What floor are you guys on? Or where are you guys located?
We need to make it to 348. You need to go to 349 to see if you can infiltrate and drop down and get the surprise on him from behind should something go wrong.
Should we look off the rooftop and see if there's anything around that might help us get down alternately to the elevator?
I was thinking we could check on 349 again, because maybe with all the commotion, the armed guard left.
Okay, so you guys are getting back in the elevator?
Because either way, if we have to get to 349, we're going to have to either hope he's gone or deal with him.
Okay, so you guys get in the elevator, go back down to 349. As the doors open, you see the red flashing lights and the blaring alarm. You don't see any guards. It seems like they are currently preoccupied. I
look around and see if there's any vents that we might be able to get into, or some other access to the in-between floors or lower floors.
So, looking down the hallway, the immediate hallway, you see 8 doors, and then the hallway goes to a L leading off towards the south side of the building. There is one large control panel near the elevator, as well as about 20 feet away, what looks like some sort of maintenance shaft or ventilation shaft that Critters might be able to fit into, but with your wings, Binds, I'm not sure if you'd be able to get into it. It would be a tight fit.
Would I send my drone into it?
Yeah, your drone would definitely fit. So as you take the vent cover off of it, you see the shaft goes forward for about 10 feet and then drops off, and then also turns up as well. So you're sending SD K4R into it?
Yeah, I'll have him go through the vent and see if he can find if there's an exit to the next floor down.
Okay, so is he like sending back a live feed to you? I don't know how your drone works.
Not a live well, maybe. I can communicate with him up to 2,500 feet through a secure comms channel, it says.
Yeah, so we'll say that you can have a live feed as long as he's within that range. So as he disappears into the vent, the camera comes online on your data pad. And as he turns downwards, you see the shaft does have an exit on the next floor down. It also continues down further. This is probably the main ventilation for at least a number of floors here. As your drone begins going into the shaft for the next floor down, the 348th, it comes to a similar vent cover. I do not think your drone is strong enough to break through that cover. So it would need someone to either open it on the other side or to go down in the shaft with it. But it does seem that there is access to the next floor down.
Okay, should we wait on this floor until our other party members are in position?
I think that would be safest.
Okay, so I want to move down to ZUGA once again, who rolled a 9 on their acrobatics check. ZUGA, there is banging on the door. You hear a number of voices, probably 15 to 20 different voices, and you hear one of them like, "Grab the battering ram!" You can make one more acrobatics check, ZUGA, with disadvantage, so you have to roll twice and take the lower number.
Okay. So I don't need to roll one more time?
Yep. So the walls in here are very smooth and hard to climb, and the vent is at the top. It's about a 10-foot ceiling. This is one time that being small has not served you well.
Oh no, this is bad. This is very, very bad.
Looks around if there's like somewhere to hide, like behind, in between the pumps, like just,
yeah, you can squeeze in between the pump, try and kind of hide.
yeah. She's gonna try and hide.
Okay, so as you force yourself into the interior parts of the pump, kind of trying to make yourself not seen. This room was hot outside of the pump, but being in here, between the mechanisms and stuff, you are burning up.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not good.
And you hear the door begin to cave in as they seem to be battering into it.
I didn't even lock the door. Like, geez Louise.
The door locked, and then when the security systems went online, all the main maintenance entrances on this first level seem to have completely locked.
Oh, this is not good.
I don't know what else to do. There's not much. I don't have half my tools. I guess I have my gun.
Yeah, you have your gun. If you want to go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage, so you can roll twice and take the higher number, just so we can see how well you're hidden.
Oh no. Oh my god!
That's not good, ZUGA.
Oh my god!
God.
Oh no!
Do you want to notify anyone?
Guys, I might be getting caught here. There's nowhere for me to hide.
I have an idea. ZUGA is going to shoot the pumps, hoping that it will flood the room with water so she can get up high enough to the vents.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack roll with your gun.
With my gun, okay?
There you go. Yeah, as you fire off your gun, it shoots through the mechanisms of the pump, and water just begins rushing in.
If you guys don't hear back from me, it's because I didn't make it.
Just waiting for the water to get high enough so I can start getting pounded on the vents to get out.
Much of ZUGA's mass is fur. So she's gonna be like a wet cat when she gets out of here.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
This might be a good distraction. If I got the door open, it would push everybody out of the way.
So, ZUGA, you hear the door crash into the ground. Water is rushing in here. It's filling up the room. You can get to the vent. If you want to get out, you can get to the vent. If you want to try to go a different route, that's also fine. It's up to you how risky you want to be.
So it sounds like there was 10 people outside the door?
As the door crashes down and you begin swimming up, there's about 20 to 30 people out there.
Yeah, ZUGA's trying to get out. She
Yeah.
can't find that many people.
Okay, so as you swim up to the vent, you squeeze yourself in, and after a short 20, 25 feet, you hear shouting behind you, but none of the people there can fit through this small vent. You find yourself on the outside of the building in one of the alleyways, and you fall into what seems like some sort of refuse can. You're soaked. You're fucking in a smelly alleyway in a garbage can.
Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear. This
But
was not
you're
good.
safe for now.
Zuga's gonna try and get away from this area, but start walking around the building, see if she can do something.
Okay, so as you start walking around. Alright, we will move now to BOWZER and Shinuk. As your guys' elevator reaches the 348th floor, the guards seem distracted. It seems like they're getting a call. They heavily request that you leave the elevator. So they're like shunting you out onto the floor. As they push you guys out of the elevator you see begins to tick downwards. It looks like they are going down to the lobby. This floor is not as open as the lobby. It seems like it's a single hallway ending in a single door.
And we're on the 348th, right?
Yep, 348. You do see a vent on the side. You see the red kind of reticule recording light of Bynes' drone sticking through or peeking through one of the main ventilation screen here on this floor.
Okay, and was there anybody on the floor with us?
Nope.
Okay. So I see the light and I look around if I can see anything, any cameras or security.
So you see two cameras, one at each end of the hallway.
Okay.
Other than that, there is no security other than the cameras. And then there's the single door at the end of the hall.
That's what we're gonna do about the cameras. Access my comms, and I tell the group to quickly take down the cameras if they can on the floor we're on.
Okay, so you all hear that. So you all can respond in kind to whether or not you can turn off the cameras.
We are currently indisposed. Over.
Zuga is no longer in the building. If you can get Beeper plugged into something, I might be able to help, but otherwise I'm pretty much out of the game now.
We need to find another computer.
Can I do like walking towards the camera, like move forward, but like do a trick shot with my pistol to shoot the vent open? Since I have a blink shot pistol. A skip shot
pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fine. Do a sleight of hand and then do your weapon attack.
Okay. And then a weapon attack.
Okay. So as you quickly pull your gun to your waist, you let out a shot and you see this almost bright light that is quickly subdued as all of a sudden the vent, there's a massive like burned hole in the vent.
Cool. And I'm gonna keep walking to the door as I'm gonna go approach and let them know my presence with BOWZER.
Okay. So you knock on the door?
I knock on the door.
The door begins to slide open. As you enter the room, you see a man in the far corner, what looks like to be behind a bar making a drink, and says, "It's so nice to see you, brother. We have much to discuss." And that's where we will end for tonight. Boom. Dropped it.
No! I wasn't ready.
Zuga's out and like wringing out her clothes and
She just looks like when you see all the fluffy dogs when they get a bath. That's what she looks like now. She looks quite chubby and stuff, but now she just looks like a sad, skinny, little wet monster.
yeah, it's the type of thing you see like in one of those sad like puppy commercials with like Sarah McLachlan singing, and she's just like pissing her way down the alleyway, fucking fur hanging down.
Just this tiny little 2-foot thing.
Yeah, the water took off like 20 pounds, and she doesn't weigh that much to begin with.
Yeah.
Natural 20 on that sleight of hand.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck yeah.
I can't believe how many ones we had this round.
You guys rolled bad.
We were doing so good in the beginning. When we first snuck in, we were getting such high numbers, and then it went all downhill from there.
Yeah. There's some good bluffing to make up for a shitty work order. That was good.
Yeah.
And then it kind of all went awry when the fucking pack of drugs flew through the air.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
And Shinuk has now seen a familiar face.
Shit's gonna get interesting.
Thanks for playing, guys.
It was fun.
Woo.
And a distraction was made by ZUGA in the pool room.
Oh no. Oh, is that where everybody's going?
Yep.
Is that why there was 20?
Every guard in the building is heading to that pool room.
Oh, it was a good thing I didn't stay. I thought everybody was evacuating because there was spice in all the ducts, and they had like a system to detect if there were unknown pathogens or whatnot in the vents, and that's why everybody was leaving. I didn't realize it was all just to come get me.
So I have a round tracker on my other screen, and so like every round, 5 more guards were showing up.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
So I was like, is
yes,
ZUGA gonna try to shoot her way out? Because that's not
No.
gonna end well for her.
No. I'm pretty sure Zuga would have died if she was trying to do a shootout. Zuga's more support. She's not a fighter.
That is good for tonight. We'll be back next week.
Woo.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.